What's up, my beautiful people? It's your boy, Mr. Getting It Done. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about all things credit, real estate, and finance. If you're looking to level up your family, your friends, your circle, tap into my videos so they can help you get to that level. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, my beautiful people, please consider subscribing, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and then also share this video with somebody that you feel can benefit for the information. Now, my beautiful people, this video is going to be about utilization, okay? And we're going to talk about utilization in the aggregate, in the grand scheme of things, amongst all of your limits across multiple credit cards. So I have a credit utilization video out, so go tap in and watch that if you haven't watched that, right? So I have a credit utilization video out, and somebody in the comments made a fantastic point where they talked about they would have loved to hear me say or speak on the overall limit versus the individual limit, okay? And that's a fantastic observation, right? So that's what this video is. We're going to talk about the overall credit utilization across multiple credit cards versus just one, so that way you can understand and get the idea, if you have multiple credit cards, how to navigate through this credit game. So my people, you know I got my board out here. You already know it, you know what I'm saying? Let me get can y'all see that? Hopefully y'all can see this. Hopefully y'all can see that. All right, so we're going to talk about utilization, okay? And in this example over there in the corner, I have credit card 1, credit card 2, credit card 3, and I made these numbers extremely easy so it's easily digestible, right? So we can all understand and get to the point. Okay, so credit card 1 has a $1,000 limit, credit card 2 the same, credit card 3 the same. So if you have 3 credit cards, if this is you, right, put yourself in this example. If you have 3 credit cards with $1,000 limit, you have an overall limit of $3,000. Okay, all 3 of those cards combined equals $3,000. Okay, so when you're using credit cards and you have multiple, you can kind of play the finesse game, okay? And I'll go into that in a second, right? So if we look at our let's look at just some stats so we can get some context here, right? So 30%, and again, remember, we're not talking about individual, we're talking about overall. So 30% of this $3,000 is $900, okay? 10% is $300, 5% is $150. Okay, so why are these numbers important? Because these are the numbers that you want to be aware of, so that way you're not carrying over a balance, right? So if you watch all of my videos when I talk about credit utilization or anything about balances, you want to pay it down to 0 every single month, because we do not want to pay interest. Okay, if you know how to play the credit game, if you want to play it right, pay all your credit cards down to 0 if it's feasible, so that way you pay 0 interest to the bank. You leverage the credit, you pay 0 interest, okay? So 30%, 10%, 5%. Keep those numbers in mind. So if you have 3 cards, $3,000 limit, you do not want 30. If you have 30%, if you run up a $900 bill on, let's say you go 300, 300, 300, right? So you put 300 on each card, right? So that's 900 total, right? So now we're at 30%. So if you let each of those balances report out at 300, you're going to be at 30%. You're going to take a dip in your score. Your score is going to go down. All right. So the reason why we want to, even though 30% is part of the pie chart, okay, the pie chart is just a barometer. That's just the scope. That's just like the threshold, man. If you carry over a 30% balance, you're going to take a hit on your credit. And if you so check this, okay? For those of you that are like, oh my gosh, I can't understand this, I don't know what this guy's talking about. Go ahead and on one of your credit cards carry over a 30% balance, right? Let it carry over, and then document this, okay? Let it carry over. See how many points your credit goes down, right? Document it, write it down. The date that you get the notification, write down, lost 50 points, whatever the case is, right? And then go to your credit card statement, right? And see how much you get charged interest on that debt. Okay, this is very important. See how much you got paid, see how much interest you got charged. Write that down. Write the date that it hit, right? So then go back the following month, right? Because every month your period, your statement renews, so you have an opportunity to do better, right? So and then go ahead and actually, let's go down here. Go ahead and carry over a 5% balance on that credit card. Let it post. Write down how many points you lost. Again, wait for the statement to come out, see how much interest they charge you. Write it down. See the difference between the two numbers, and you tell me if it's not significant. Come back to this video, comment in the comment section, let me know so that everybody understands the importance of why I'm trying to drive this home. 0% utilization is the goal to report out. You do not want to carry over a balance if it's feasible, okay? But I understand life happens. I understand maybe you can't pay it all in full. You can pay it partially. We're going to get to that, all right? But I just wanted to make that point, right? So I digress. Back to here. So overall utilization, $3,000 overall combined against all three cards. So when you're playing this credit game, when you have multiple credit cards, you can finesse this, because let's say credit card 3, $1,000, right? Let's say you needed to run, or let's say you ran up $900 on that specific card. On that card, you'll be at 90% utilization. So you're essentially maxing out that credit card. So you're like, damn, I'm maxing out a credit card. That's bad. It is bad if you only had one card. It's not good. I'm not saying that it's good, but you're taking a minimal impact when you have 3 versus it just being 1. If that was one card and you ran up $900 and you had 90% utilization, you're taking a mean hit. But because you have 2 other credit cards that are offsetting that utilization, you can put 900 on that one card and you still be decent. You won't be good, but you'll be decent, right? So when the balances report out, right? So when the balances report out, let's say, you know, you reported out on the first one 0, second one 0, then the third one you let that $900 report out, even though it hits your credit report as $900, right, on that one credit card, they're looking at the overall utilization. So your overall be at 30%. So you'll take a hit based on the 30% versus it being 90%. That's the nugget. So my people, this video is straight to the point. It's not hard. I hope that I broke that down, right, for it to make sense. So this is overall utilization when you have multiple credit cards versus just having one credit card. Okay, so there's a difference. So remember, there's always a strategy when it comes to your credit score. Whether you're trying to maximize your score month in and month out, there's always a strategy on how to pay your credit cards. If you're paying them out in full, if you're trying to do credit limit increases, right, go check out my video on credit limit increases if you haven't seen that. So everything that you do with your credit cards needs to be strategic, and utilization plays a big part. That's 30% of your credit score. So if you dropping the ball on utilization, you dropping the ball in your credit score. So we're trying to keep our credit score high at all times. We don't want it to do this, right? Because when FICO 10T comes out, FICO 10T, for those that don't know, the T stands for trending. So what they're going to do is they're going to take a 24-month snapshot. FICO 10T is already here. It's already out. Some banks are already using it, but it hasn't hit the Main Street banks. So they're going to take a 24-month snapshot and they're going to see how you've been performing across your accounts for the last 24 months. So right now with the FICO 8, you can max out your credit card, and then next month pay it all the way down, don't use it, and then the following month is going to report out 0 and you good. So anything that's happening real time, the banks can't see 30 days behind, 45 days behind, 60 days behind. But with FICO 10T, they can. Okay, so it's very important to get into the habit of paying these things down to 0 or to very, very minimal, because when they start taking that 24-month snapshot, if you look like a graph that's all over the place, they're going to look at you as a high risk. Not only are they going to look at you as a high risk, but that all over the place graph is also going to affect your credit score. Come on, man. So I'll make a video about FICO 10T for those of you that want me to do a deep dive, so you can understand how that works, and that it's already here and it's coming. It's only a matter of time when they roll it out. So that way you can have some more understanding and more context surrounding that. But my people, utilization is huge, man. Know how to use your credit cards, especially if you're trying to tap in to get business credit. They're going to look at your utilization on the personal side before they even extend you any credit on the business side. So My beautiful people, I hope that helped some of you. I hope that provided clarity. I hope you guys are beautiful. I hope you guys are healthy. I hope you guys are smashing your goals, because you know how we're doing it for 2023. Abundance is your birthright, man. So let's go out there. Let's make the right decisions. Let's get educated. Let's take more risk. Let's take the money that we're spending on BS, reinvest it into ourselves, into our education, so that we can get to the next level, man. The top is lonely because nobody's taking anybody else with them. We can all be up there eating together, man. So until the next video, if you have any questions, comments, please drop them in the comment section below. I'll make a video addressing your question, or I'll touch base regarding your comment. And let's grow together, man. That's what we out here for. Until the next one. Peace.